Hey everybody, my name is Ashley Rush and I'm an independent creative memories advisor located in North Carolina. This week I am back with part 2 of a new series. It's called How to Use Your Scraps, and today I will be showing you guys how to make monograms out of all of your scraps. This was something I teased in the first video and I asked if there was something you guys wanted to see, and it sounded like yes, this was indeed a technique that you all were interested in, so I'm here to deliver as promised. So today you're going to need, of course, a pile of scraps because that's what we are using, learning to use. I have Snowbound scraps today. They're like range in size from like less than 1/4 of an inch to about 1/2 an inch, and they are, I don't know, around 4 inches long. You're going to need some precision tip scissors, something that's very easy to cut to fine work. You'll need a tape runner, just some scraps of cardstock. Those are going to be serving as your base. And then if you have them, you need the old school monogram stickers from Old CM. If you don't have these, you can still do this project, especially if you have a Cricut or a silhouette, something that cuts out letters from cardstock. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to set most of this aside, and I'm just going to pull out one strip of cardstock, and I'm going to repeat that that method we did before, where I'm just going to be layering our scraps and creating a pattern, and then we will get to our monograms. So I just put down a good base of my tape runner. I did it in the middle, which maybe I should have done like more on the sides. You don't have to use this much, but apparently I am. Right. And then I'm just gonna pick random scraps and cover my base. You sort of want it to overhang on either end. That's gonna give you the most flexibility at the end of the day. And I'm not really thinking too hard about what I'm putting down. I'm just picking something up, making sure it's not the same as what I put right next to it, just so I can have some variety. Let's see, I haven't done this one yet. No, I already did that. Oopsies. All right, so I have covered the my base up into the point where I finished my tape runner. You could keep going. This is going to be enough for what I want to do. I'm going to turn this sideways, and then you're going to select the monogram you want. Now obviously letters that don't have interiors, if that makes sense, are going to be easier because you will have to cut these out. So like an E is really nice because there are no bubbles like with a B or an A. So I actually will be doing an E. Now, as you can see, I don't have an E, but that's okay. That's actually what I'm wanting. I'm wanting to use the ghost of the shell of the previous letter. So I'm just gonna cut out this E, or this shadow of an E. And I'm going to do some trimming just to make my life easier later. I have at least accessed all of the ins and outs. So even though this one doesn't have any bubbles, there are still lots of crevices. This will still be a little difficult. Once you've trimmed your letter to the best of your ability, you are going to peel off the backing. Which can be a little difficult. There we go. And you're going to put your outline somewhere on your layer here. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. I feel like I might get the best. Nope. I want the stripes to go up and down, so I'm going to go like this. You can sort of get an idea of what your monogram is going to look like if you hold it over, but I'm going to put it right at the top. If you were doing more than one, you could easily like layer these and arrange them. That would make too much sense for me to think of that ahead of time. I'm just gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna go ahead and trim my paper here so that I'm not working with a long tail. And now you're just gonna take your scissors, and this is why you want them to be fine tip precision scissors, and you're just gonna follow along. You can leave some of the white visible if that is the style you're going for, or you can cut right up into the edge so that you don't have such a visible border. If you leave some of your border visible, it's actually gonna help hold your papers together. Now this is why I said if you don't have your old ABC monogram stickers, that's okay. You can use your Cricut, your Silhouette. So whenever you cut out a title, especially those big chunky ones, instead of throwing away that leftover paper after you do your weeding, maybe set it aside and be like, I could maybe create a monogram out of this leftover, what is it called? The remnants, the negative image of your title, whatever it is. So now I'm just going to follow along with my scissors and cut out my letter. So there we have a completed E. This is why it's really important to have that cardstock backing, because if you didn't adhere your scraps all the way to that, it's going to be really difficult to cut around. Now granted, it makes it extra thick. You have to have patience, but in the end, I think the result is beautiful. Now, what do you do with this? If you have a ton of patience, you can, cut out an entire title with this beautiful different scraps and layers, and that'll look really fun. But I'm going to show you what I plan on doing with these. All right, you remember this tag or this scrap here? I'm going to measure it so that it is, I don't know, roughly let's call it 4 inches. Sure. So that it's roughly 4 inches long. Set that aside. And then I'm gonna make sure that it is 2 inches wide. All right, does that fit? It sure does. So before I adhere that, I'm gonna pull out my 3-in-1 tag punch. Slide this into that 2-inch section. I get a beautiful little tag. Now I'm going to put adhesive on the back of my E. If you didn't want to use tape runner, this would also be really cute with foam squares. Just folding over anything that was sticking out. And now I can add it here. And now I have super cute tags to decorate for Christmas. Isn't that adorable? Now on the reverse side, if you still have scraps left over, you could sort of make a mirror image of this. So here I have a blue tag with my scrap E's. So let's just see what it would look like if we continued this but did a tag made out of the scraps. Set that aside. All right, I have covered here. Clean up some of my space. How long did we make the other one? 4 inches? Oh, apparently we need a few more scraps. Okay. I'm gonna even out Then I'm just going to take one of my complete monogram stickers and put it right in the middle. So how adorable is that? We've got sort of twin tags made out of scraps. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys use this method, I would love to see it. So if you could post a picture on your social media and either tag me on Facebook or tag me on Instagram so I can share in your creations, that would be lovely. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you never want to miss a video, hit that bell as well. Be sure to show me some love. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye!